live, which is so funny. I can't even change the description in this live right now. Good morning, you guys. I'm here in San Jose. I'm going to have a quick coffee with Shanda this morning because of the fact that I'm getting ready to do this event and I'm excited. And I just want to share something with you. In the mornings when I'm getting ready to get going, I either listen to Christmas music or I listen to TD Jakes or I listen to like Joel Osteen or somebody like that. And the reason why I do that is because it gets me fired up for the day and gets me in the right emotional state to be able to really just do a great job. So I get this message. Oh, hi, Sadie. You're going to see me in a few hours. I love that. Hi, Deanna. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Naomi. Woo, woo. Ready to roll this morning. Good morning, Luis. Olga. Hey, girl. All right. So I get this message from Trisha, our event director inside of our company this morning. And she says to me, you know, she leaves this beautiful message, this heartfelt message, which is it's so HeartCore. Like, we're just such a caring company behind the scenes, which you can't tell because you're not behind the scenes. But she leaves me this amazing message, and she says, you know, when we made a decision to go out and start doing these 2-day events, we're actually teaching a information product that we sell for $3,000. And the history of this is I got hired to go to Toronto to teach one of our trainings, and 100% of the people in the room got the result. And I've never had that before. We're 100%. I mean, we have a high success rate in our programs, but 100% is just like, you can imagine. I mean, it's like everybody has their stories and their challenges that they come into your event room with, and you're battling, like, some people are unfortunately getting abused by like their partner, either mentally or physically, or you got people who are afraid to do a video. You've got other people who are unclear about what their message is, and you just have just such a huge array of different challenges that people are trying to face, these walls that they're trying to jump. And when I had 100% of the people in a room with our info product, like teaching it live, get the results, I was like, I would just be a total jerk if I didn't actually do more of these. But the challenge is that events take time. You have to actually show up and do them, and they take time. And I've built HeartCore in a way around my lifestyle so that I can be a great mom. I can still satisfy my drive and ambition to change the world and build my legacy. But I don't want to be on the road all the time. And this is why I've pulled back from becoming a New York Times bestseller, which is something we are going to do. But it's like no different than you. I have to ramp my mind up and say, okay, there's a certain sacrifice for everything that I do. But these 2-day events have just been such a give and such a miracle for people around us, and it's actually been such a culture build internally with HeartCore that I get this message from Trish this morning saying, you know, I remember when we did our first event, there was like basically my husband, her, Kelly T, you know, there was like 3-4 of us on site, and that's it. And now we have an army of people that are here in San Jose. We're in Del Mar. We were in Del Mar last month. We're going to be in Anaheim the end of June. But we have an army of people who create these events for us so that we can give back and we can make a difference. And we do most of them around where we live. San Jose, we've got Utah coming up in July, but that's pretty much as far as we've gone out. My husband wants to go to Texas, and I'm like, I don't really want to get on a plane and cart like, you know, 25 team members to Texas to do an event. And then here's why I want to like out myself on this is like, there's so much stuff we have to unpack as human beings. Like, forget entrepreneurism for a second, but just human beings. There's so much stuff that we have to unpack and get out of the way to make a difference. And it's like, I'm not going to say I'm past income goals, but it's not my driver. Like, income is definitely not my driver. Impact is for sure my driver. But I know when I started, income, like making money, was my driver because I needed to make money. I needed to make sure that I could keep the lights on. I needed to make sure that someday I'd be able to buy a house. And I like nice cars, and I wanted to not live without those material things, right? But today, that's not the conversation. Today, I can write a check for anything that I want, pretty much, whether it's, you know, a massive home or a Rolls Royce or whatever that is, it's really weird that I can write a check for that now and pay in full for most things. And I feel blessed about that. But I want to share, like, even starting these 2-day events, getting that message from Trisha, that was only like 7 or 8 events ago. But what's powerful is those 7 of 8 events started about 6 months ago, 7 months ago. And so I share this with you because I remember doing my first zone event, which, by the way, is coming up at the end of September. You have to get tickets for this, okay? Because it's where everything comes together. But like, I remember doing my first zone event, and I remember how much energy it took for me to do that event. And I think there's something that I have hacked in the system of entrepreneurism that I can honestly tell you that many of my friends haven't hacked, or many of the people that you're listening to their podcast that they're telling you that you've got to work and burn the midnight oil and then you got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And don't get me wrong, I get up early. I mean, I really do get up early, but I end early. Like, this will be a late day for me leading this event because I'll end at about 5:30. That'll be a late day for me. I usually end at 2:45. So I feel like the thing that we've done really well in HeartCore is we've hacked the system on not just absolutely killing ourselves, but we've caught up to many of the highest coaching companies. In fact, Forbes not Forbes Inc. Forbes and Inc. have interviewed me. There's an article that came out last year on Forbes around my flex time, which is my like vacation time. And I don't think people actually hear me when I talk about it because they think it's a luxury. It's like, no, it's the strategy I used to not put so much pressure on myself when I started growing. So it took me 2 years to do the zone event for the first time, to get myself like ambitious enough and worked up enough and willing to put on my big girl panties and build out that event. It took me 2 years. I worked with a coach for 2 years before I actually used the coach for the thing I hired her for. That was 2 years to do my first zone event. Now I've done 8 events in 6 or 7 months, and I have the zone event coming up in like 4 months. And honestly, I feel pressure. I'd be lying to you to say if I don't ever feel pressure, but I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel angry like I used to when pressure would hit me. I don't feel any of that anymore. And I know it's because of the way that I lead my leadership, and it's the way that I hack my system as far as flex time. So I just want to open up this dialect for you to say, just go in and question your systems. And your systems are the way that you think. I don't mean your systems as far as inside your business and how you're doing lead gen or how you're building out sales teams or how you're doing webinars or how you're doing follow-up. I don't mean operational or sales systems like that. I actually mean that your superpower is in the system of the way that you think. I mean, what stuff are you still holding on to that's preventing you to really play full out? Like, where's that next gear, as my friend Jesse Itzler says? It's like that next gear inside yourself. How do you like unleash yourself a little bit more to give more? Is this making sense to you guys? Like, just comment right now and just say like, yes, I'm hearing what you're saying, like it's landing for me. Because this is a really important piece, because I think so many people focus on the tactical things out here. And one of the things I'll be teaching at the 2-day Coach Yourself to Success today is, yes, I'll be teaching the tactic out here around how to reach more people, around, how to build an email list, around how to make better offers, how to figure out a model that monetizes really well. I'm going to talk about all of that because obviously that's important. But those conversations take like sometimes 10 minutes to share. Why do I have to teach this over 2 days? Because while I teach those 10-minute strategies, it's like it won't feel like a 10-minute strategy for a lot of people because they can't let it into their thinking. I'll get on day 2 of this event and I don't spin people at my events. I actually teach them, right? So it's like they can walk out of there and do everything I've taught. In fact, they're going to do it while I'm there, because one of the things that I've committed to is that people get results when they're in the room with me versus like letting whatever story they're packing around with them take them out when they leave the event. And so, which is why I really want you to come to Zone Event. It's my best event of the year. Go to thezoneevent.com because tickets will double in price. So please go there. and it's end of September in Palm Springs, which is an amazing place to stay an extra couple days. But the 10-minute strategies I'm going to teach, the tactical things that I'm going to teach in this 2-day event, I've got to teach them how to like re-systemize their thinking. It's like I can show somebody, like, it's like this. If I told you right now that if you jumped on your right foot and then jumped on your left foot and then did a back bend and you would make $1 million, and you said to me, I can't do a back bend, I'd be like, I just showed you how to make $1 million. You just have to jump on your right foot, jump on your left foot, and do a back bend. And so broken thinking goes, well, I can't do that. I can't do a back bend. I'm not flexible. Neither am I. I would ask my nanny in the other room to literally hold my back, and I would get down on the floor and I'd ask her to lift my back into a background and into a back bend, because I would innovate it. I would problem solve it. See, you think that you have to do everything on your own, and you don't. That's the problem. Isolation is where the enemy loves you to hang out. If you ever read scripture, it's like the number one way for you to get eaten by the wolf or get bitten by the snake or be in caught, you're going to be trapped in your mind. And we got to get you untrapped untrapped from your mind so that you re-systemize the way that you think. If I told you do that, if I told you jump on your right foot, jump on your left foot, do a back bend, you make $1 million. There are people who tell me that I have no legs, and so therefore I can't jump on my right foot and jump on my left. But yeah, I could Google motivational speakers, and the majority of the best motivational speakers in the planet right now are the ones that have no legs, no arms, and are still doing Ironmans. How is that possible? Because they have a vision that is much stronger to create the result that they want, other than their stories that prevent them from creating those results. So I just invite you to really challenge the system of your thinking and how you think, so that you can break free of that. Because I promise you, when you break through of that, that's what's called your leadership. And when you break through of that, you don't hear yourself saying, because we defend our systems, you don't hear yourself saying things like, that's just how I am. Oh my God, don't ever say that to yourself or anybody else. Don't justify the system that causes you to limit yourself. Don't do that. It's one of the most, I mean this with so much love, but that is a stupid thing to say. I would hate to call anybody stupid, but that is a stupid thing to say. What's a very smart thing to say is I'm coachable. I like my systems and the way that I think have me have the life that I want, and I want this next life, which means that you have to constantly be breaking your thinking patterns. This is the hardest thing you'll ever face as an entrepreneurship, but what's so empowering about it is it's just so doable. It's just so doable. See, often you're focusing on the wrong thing to grow your impact and to create a movement in the world. Often you're focusing on completely the wrong thing. You think it's your next signature talk. And it's not. You think it's a funnel because Russell Brunson's amazing at marketing and funnels are great. But you think it's that. But yet all of us have people still failing in our communities. Why? Because their leadership is so broken in the way that they think. We spend more time trying to look pretty. And I'm not bashing looking pretty, but we spend more time caring about what we look like on a video, like the fact that I have a bed that's unmade in the background. There's people that won't do a video because of that, right? It's like the fact that my hair's half done, literally my hair half done. It's like, I don't give a crap what I look like. And I invite you to not either. We spend so much time on what we look like that what we're trying to do is we're trying to actually push our way to success. And that's why it's so exhausting, versus actually redefine the way that we think, which is your leadership. All your activity comes out of the way you lead these thoughts. And so the system I want you to challenge all day today is, why do I think like that? Is thinking like that getting me to my legacy? And if you don't know what your legacy is, I want you to just break it down and start saying this. Is what I'm doing right now building a legacy I want? So if you're fighting with your spouse or you're fighting with a friend, is that the legacy that you want? Right? If you've got a cash flow issue, it's like, I hope you're coming to my event in San Jose today, but if you're having a cash issue, like what's preventing you from doing 20 sales calls today? Just your thinking process. So if you could start challenging like your activity today and going, is the thing I'm working on right now or how I'm showing up right now, is it building the legacy that I want? Is fighting with my spouse building the legacy that I want? Is putting down another influencer out there, somebody that I kind of secretly am jealous of, is that really building the legacy I want? Because at the end of the day, when all the lights are off and you're going to bed, your legacy is who you are behind closed doors. It's not who you pretend to be on a stage. It's not who you pretend to be on a video. I can tell you the reason why people are so skeptical about human beings and about spirituality and about God and about scripture and even about investing in themselves to make money. The reason why they're also skeptical is because there's a bunch of people operating as frauds out there. Because who they are behind closed doors is operating in a mental system that is completely messed up. And that's why it's hard for them to do a video or they complain about the workload of doing Facebook Lives every single day. You guys, this Facebook Live takes me 20 minutes out of my life, Monday through Friday. If I don't have time to give to you like that, come on, do you really want to work with me? I mean, this is a demonstration on who I am behind closed doors. It's a demonstration on like the level of generosity and service inside my company. It's a demonstration of what you're going to get at the Zone event if you come. Yes, I'm going to keep pushing that because you're crazy not to. Because at the end of the day, everything you're studying comes down to why are you making this decision in the first place? So I'm going to close the camera and I'm going to go finish getting ready because my hair is half done right now. And I'm going to go finish getting ready and I'm going to walk into that room and be just like the people that I'm going to train. And I'm going to be vulnerable and I'm going to be giving and I'm going to be generous. I'm going to do everything I can to help them walk across their own line, change the way that they think. And literally in 2 days, I'm going to have people on day 2 still not knowing what the hell I'm talking about because their systems of the way that they think are so blocked. So I know that you can do something about this because I did. It doesn't require you to need to read 400 books. It actually requires you to start questioning, is the way that I'm acting right now, building the legacy that I want? Would I be proud of it when I died? How about just that? Would I be proud of it when I died? And if the answer is no, then stop it. Stop it. Just practice there. Just practice there today. If you could practice there today, that's the system I did. I started to work myself so that I just, like, whenever I broke down and I did something that I wasn't proud of, I'd go clean it up and then I'd be like, okay, like, and then if it kept happening, I'd be like, why am I still in this situation? Why am I still with a man who is talking to other women and still hoping he's going to have babies with me and get married when he's told me a million times that he doesn't want to get married? That was my old fiance. I was with him for 3 years. Okay. It's like you start to question, like, is that the legacy that I want? Why am I still making $100,000 a year when I know that I was made for more? When I know that, like, I always say that, like, it's interesting. I think God is building out $1 billion company inside of HeartCore. I know that's really bold of me to say. I kind of feel funny saying it, but the truth is I know it. There's a knowing, the same knowing I had when I knew I'd become a millionaire. Like, I knew that I was supposed to. I've just had to keep changing my system inside my brain to actually put me in a position where I can actually invest in the things I need to invest in and have the courage to do, like, more of the work that I'm supposed to be called to do or I'm supposed to do, and at the same time built rules into my life that caused me to have the last week of the month off, take off the month of December, little things that actually caused me to have flex time that kept overwhelmed at bay. I promise you, whatever your vision is, trust yourself, because your vision has been given to you and it's a calling on your life. And I'm going to do everything I can to help you get there by showing up for free at 7 a.m. to help coach you. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. Please tell me what stood out for you. Like, is there anything on this live that is going to impact and change your life right now? Please comment below so that I can go back and read that. That would be really a great give me some feedback. And then I always ask if this live made a difference for you. In fact, if you're on it right now, just share it. Just share it. Help somebody else. Just be generous. We need to be in a world that doesn't just admire, be the change you want to be in the world, but for you to actually do that and be that. So please share this live. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. And hopefully some of you guys, I'm going to see you in San Jose. I saw some of you guys on the comment thread saying I'll see you in a couple hours. And then you guys who are coming to the Zone event, that's the big kahuna. That's where I pull back all the curtains and everything comes together in 3 days. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. It's going to be such a good day.